There we go. We're good at what we're doing. Kind of. Okay. So we are writing out this goddamn campaign. What were we doing? I want to flesh out the world map. And then we need to finish our NPCs for the starting area. Beyond that... Oh, you move here. We need to flesh out this. And then break this down into parts. So. So this is all mutiny thoughts. So center this. Port town for supplies. Yeah, okay, this lines up. But actually, let's... We're throwing... Okay, no, this whole paragraph needs to be fixed. So, let's break this down. Should the party... Well, we want to encourage the mutiny. Encourage mutiny option. Should party follow through with the mutiny? They learn quickly that 1d4 of 7 crew members and captain slash first mate total of 8 also given abilities. All crew and first mate be persuaded to join mutiny group. Captain cannot be persuaded. Should the party... So, Already manage a mutiny. The ship still stops. Party small. What's up, Eric? We're cleaning up some notes right now. Just so we have pathways. So it's easier to read later. Yeah. Three or four pages of notes. Oh, that's weird. No, that's where it should be. It should be scrolling with me like this, right? I mean, I can see what it shows. We're working on the bottom of this page. Like right here. This is where we're working. According to my view, that's what you should be seeing. Like that. So. So once they're in town, we need to break this down. You have 3 important. Okay, that's what you're saying. Okay, I thought you were talking about the stream setting, not the actual game setting. Okay. Yeah, if you're at work tomorrow, bring them. I'll take a look. Straight tavern. What's the shortcut for italicized? Control I. No. Okay. So you don't work tomorrow? Because that sucks. 12. Can you fucking not? I can't spell vengeance, apparently. To save my fucking life. Maybe. I don't know if I want interbreeding to have been a thing at some point. Which would be the only issue of that. The sub-races work. It's the rest of it that doesn't. Oh, something to think about. Shit. There we go. So now, we have the event. How that goes through. If they mutiny, we have that option. If they fight the mutiny, we have this option. Obviously, if they don't mutiny, they stay with the captain. Boat doesn't leave. There's no point in the vengeance quest. So that fills that. I mean, maybe they kill the captain, and you guys still lose a boat. Maybe the captain dies and you still go on a vengeance quest. Who knows? Also, kind of want to change the name we've given. Change the name we gave the first mate. I just gave him this weird Bim Sovin. Bim. B-E-M. Sovin. Older brother to sea salt. Wishes to give his brother a chance. There we go. Trying to think of more seasoning puns to name his older brother that would also still work with sea salt. Who knows? Yay, sugar. Got my cup of tea. See if I can find anything good on Salt Marsh. Nope. Oh, also. I want to see if some commands work right now. That. Alright, that works. This one. Discord. Cool, so those all work. Just want to make sure those commands work. And this one. Just want to make sure that worked. It's very loud. Very fucking loud, though. Alright. So we've got his brother written out now. And we got our, tavern keep. You can't hear those? I wonder why. Hunter said the same thing. They're set to everybody. Try typing it. See if that works for you. Type exclamation point dread. See if that plays. It works on my end. Like by command and everything. Why did it say you posted a link? Hold on, let me... Yeah, that's playing on my end. Like, that is straight up playing on my end. Weird. Oh, be quiet with that. Anyway. So we need to name our guru. Yeah, for some reason it decided that you posted a link. So it wanted to purge. And I don't know why. Turn off link connection. So that should at least stop it next time. I don't know. These chat bots are fucking weird. Anyway, we're looking up a name generator. I like that one. Azalor, I like that one. Azalor. I don't want you to bold that. Don't bold. Azalor is only... Stop bolding things! God damn it. Male. Wolf. Only one. In the order of gurus. It's the first discover in the city. Return of magic. Some people have gained abilities. Yay, Solin. Yeah, that's also accurate. Pirates are the best thing to play. We're pulling some inspiration from a few sources, partly Skulls and Shackles for Pathfinder, and also a book called Soul Keeper by Dave Dalglish. Answer your question, Eric. When magic returns, the gods return with it. The gods aren't anywhere to begin with. They're not active. We're not running... Like, for some reason, our group, since the beginning of my D&D groups, take religion and gods very seriously. Like, even after doing campaigns as much realism as I can, they still cling to that. But yes and no, if that doesn't answer your question. Oops. He is trying to gather information on what's actually happening. Meeting. The council. What about Fae? No, Fae would return. As part of magical beings, they would get to return to the world. Also, would be linked to when magic returns. Now elves will actually have that lifespan that they should have had the whole time. It won't do anything for any elf that's dying, and no one's gonna have a way to immediately know. But it'll be there. Save this real quick. So, main quest line bulletin. Let's make this some tiny print. As this tiny little note for us. What do we name our guard captain? That's important. I'm gonna come up with a name for that guy. And a name for a quartermaster. Both of these are important. I mean, the quartermaster's not as important. But the party will interact with him for a little bit, so... Should we... Let's... separate them. We actually name this city. So we need to name the city of Port City. We name the quartermaster or we name the Captain Felix? We're naming the Captain Felix, alright. So I'm gonna run with Guard Captain Felix. Does he get a last name? Man should get a last name. Felix von Von. Done. All right. Felix. Overstressed. High strung. High strung. Middle-aged man. While it worked, incredibly friendly to all citizens. A soft spot for orphans. So how have you been, Solon? It's been a while. How's the new house? I guess it's not new. Super new anymore. Been there for a while now. The Raven Queen is a fae. I don't know if the Raven Queen's a fae. She's not one of the Fae Lords. 5e Raven Queen. She's a Forgotten Realms god. She was worshipped by some super dark elves. I'm not sure which pantheon we're gonna allow book-wise, if that's what you're wondering. Do you want to go over that now? Go over what faith exists in this world? Where is it? That's in the player's handbook. You're still moving in. Jesus. Feels like it's been way longer than that. Gods of the Multiverse are page 293 of your player's handbook. For those of you keeping up at home, turn to page 293. So, we should look into how their gods exist. So in the Forgotten Realms, dozens are revered, worshipped, and feared. At least 30 deities are widely known. Tribes, cults, sects, temples. Greyhawk. Gods of Greyhawk come from at least 4 different pantheons, representing the faiths of various ethnic groups populated the continent over the ages. As a result, there's a great deal of overlap in their portfolio. Pelor is the Flan god of the sun, and Photolus is the Oridian sun god, for example. So you have multiple sun gods in Greyhawk, shit like that. Dragonlance gods are for 3 families, 7 gods of good headed by Paladin and Mishakal. 7 gods of neutrality held by Gillian, and 7 evil headed by Takisis and Sargonis. This deity has been called by many different names and held varied levels of esteem by different peoples and cultures throughout the world of history. They're the only gods of this world. Their place is fixed in the stars as constellations. I like that one. I don't really care about the Eberron gods. Then there's non-human. Jesus, Streamlabs just trigger itself for messages. Alright. Greyhawk does have some of my favorites. So I'm thinking Greyhawk or Dragonlance. Raven Queen does not belong in any of these pantheons. Problem is she's not a straight up god, even in Forgotten Realms. That's the problem. I'm not against having her exist. I don't know. We can talk about that. Greyhawk or Dragonlance. And we'll make this tiny as a note. So he'll give them a side quest, giving the party the ability to work in the city guard. That is absolutely great. I will take stuff like that all day. Let's flesh up this. You are not a bulletin. Stop wanting to be a bulletin. One Rillavan. Island. Speak with the Council of Gurus. Inform them changes on the southern islands. Care may have been affected. Offer services in form of notary to secure a small but very fast ship. Request no delays, no distractions. operate utmost. Urgency, that's the word. Following Felix Von. We got a lot of Vons. We gotta change some last names. You can't be Von anymore. He's just getting left as Felix. Yeah, it's getting a little German. Nothing wrong with that. Let's Bolton those. Following Felix, you will attempt to recruit party. Joining City Watch. Regardless, won't help them immediately secure their vessel unless they will take care of strange new beasts and seen in city walls. People murdered the new beast wolves. The exact seem to breathe nice. Boom. We'll use a different monster if we need to, but that's what we'll do there. So he'll help the party if they go kill the things. What sucks is we're making two different quest lines right now from the start. So you can't make World War II jokes? What the fuck, man? It's fucked up. Too soon? Eh, maybe not. I hear it's making a comeback. It'll be fine. That's too soon. Alright. So. Let's get ourselves a life in the city. Oh, that's way so far down. Life in the city. Previous to the event. Let's italicize event. Nope. Okay. Life in city. What's the city's name, Eric? We need a city name. We can't keep calling it city. It's a based location. Just life centered around silk, trade, and fishing exports. While they are the smallest of the island chain, both of these are good. We'll have to save them. Both are good though. We'll sit on that. We'll figure it out. Smallest island chain. Vast underground. Silk farms? Do you farm silk? Is that something you grow? How is silk made? How is silk made in nature? Let's Google this. Raw silk starts by cultivating silkworms on mulberry leaves. Yeah, okay. That could be done in a farm underground, right? Totally do underground silk farms. That's what I'm getting at. Bulk of the cities. So Eric, you got to name the captain and the guard. So we're going with Sullins. Morden. We're gonna call it Morden. Or more done, if you want. Oh, okay. Life in Morden. More Dune? I'm okay with more Dune. A little less Dune's not too bad either, but I'd take some more Dune. Economy. With underground, underwater tunnels, caverns. Also a popular focus of pirates, both as a hideout in coves and a frequent target for raids. The city is divided into two rings. The outer ring being surrounded by a 3/4 wall. One opening on the outer wall leads to the slum port. Other three simply reach out into wilderness jungles. inside the outer walls. Bulk of the populace. Inner walls are lined with homes. The upper class physically in the walls. Then the security wall tower. Silk warehouses. Silk farms. Only secret tunnels dug throughout the jungles into the slums, various sections of the city. City much frequently tends to raid tunnels to only to find several more later. Post event Mordoon finds itself overrun with large spiders, wolves, and other jungle beasts. Okay. Let's make a big bad for the first island in the form of a monster queen. What's a big ol' spider monster? So we can use as a vessel for our story. Fill the jungle with cloakers. They'd fuck people up though. It's the demon cage. Actually, where's that? I want to throw a displacer beast. Also in the jungle. Separate thing. Those are dragons. We don't need that bullshit this early. What are the big spider ladies? What are they called? Everyone's got a fucking mini for them. Can't think of what they're called. So liking folks. We don't want to throw a werewolf at people right away. Why can't I think of what the fuck these things are called? Let's look up the PDF. It's not dryads, is it? Spider, elf, D&D, 5e. Drider, yeah, it's Drider. Okay. 5e stats. You see our 6s, so no one's gonna fuck with her. Is the big thing. Like, it shouldn't be an enemy that the party fucks with. Intoxicatingly is the word. Intoxicating. Beautiful. Beast and humans to the deep jungles. Searching a worthy vessel. Send out to the leaders of the crater. The people wish to reclaim their homes. She requests the beast seek out their former king and beseech him to hold peace. So she won't be hostile, is what we're getting at. But she's not gonna fucking deal with bullshit. Because they shouldn't. We need to name her, and we need to name the Displacer Beast. Self-proclaimed King of the Beast. And seeks to rid the world. Humanity worships, speaks highly of the Void Eater. Oh yeah, no. Nick is going to die first. Assuming he even makes it to outside of the city. So we need to name our Displacer Beast. We need to name our Drider Queen. We've got our big bads. At least pseudo big bads. We've got 2 quest lines. It's fucking good so far. Yeah, assuming he makes it off the boat. That's the big issue. I'm looking up notable driders. Yeah, I don't think he'll make it off the boat. I do not expect him to make it off the boat. I think Forgotten Realms might be the best way to go for gods, by the way. With all the amount of them, might make it a good thing. Honestly, I think he'll I honestly think Nick will side against the captain. So I think we're gonna go Eberron and non-human deities. I think Eberron and non-human deities. They won't be... Like, the church is not going to worship specific gods anyway. They're going to worship a newer form. So... make it... Boom. So... Leaving more done walls. Exiting to jungles. Party. Encounter both fleeing humans and fierce monsters. Varying strength. Bulk are we're literally just repeating what's a few lines above. Don't need to. Too notable. We can't fucking spell tonight. Yeah. Better queen. That's song. Fights. Those affected still be drawn. Unwilling to turn around. It's not how you spell that word. Okay. Crest. Challenge. Bulletin points. Boom. There we go. Alright. So now we have our overall big bad written in. And at some point we get to write out the exiled king. That'll be good. Definitely need a name for our King of Beasts, though. Although I doubt he would give the party a name. Reef sharks. We're gonna need sharks. Those are good. Oh, wrong window. Hmm. Hello. Steads. I'm just gonna go with Steads. Oh, it's in red. Of course it's in red. Welcome to the stream. We're writing out some D&D stuff. Trying to name our Displacer Beast bad guy. I wonder if Xanathars is a good monster name. Xanathars has all the good shit in it. Yeah, red, my greatest enemy. Yeah. Being colorblind's great. Alright. Back of the book has all the names. Where am I from? I'm in the U.S. I'm in Maine. We're way up north. I don't want halfling names. How about yourself? That wasn't any help. Where's our name generator? Right underneath Canada, right on the eastern coast. Looks like a mitten. That's where I'm at. Demon names for D&D. Fuck it. Love hunting. We have a good amount of hunters, but not nearly as much as like Colorado. We're a lot of woods, but we're not a lot of. We're a lot of mostly fishing, I would say. I would say mostly fishing. Ozeron, that's the name we're giving him. We have a lot of moose. We're the state that has fuck tons of moose. Lobsters. Lobsters are most of our fishing. Yeah, we're mostly lobster fishing. And terrible, awful soda. You have not named all the moose. Maybe. Fun facts about Maine. We harvest the most lobster in the United States. Almost 4,000 miles of coastline. Over 5,000 if you count all of our islands. 3,000 offshore islands. I didn't know that. We have a lot of haunted inns and lighthouses, according to this Maine tourist website. State population is 1.3 million. Super low. You named they're all Gerald. That saves a lot of time. That's fair. Our highest mountain, I've actually been to the top of. I knew that one. Katadid, or however you say it. Maine is the only state in the U.S. with one syllable. I didn't realize that. So rich in gems? Okay. We're learning facts about Maine that I didn't know. That's weird. We produce 90% of the country's toothpick supply. And yet all of our lumber and paper mills have shut down. Let's figure that one out. Anyway. Back to writing out some big bads. I should explain what the moonlight hour is. I think that's the next thing to explain. Moonlight. 2 a.m. There we go. This will be a 2-hour window that we'll refer to as a single hour. Because fuck time. Boom. Oh man. We've plotted out a lot of this, and we're only... Let's try to break this down into sessions, I think. So we can figure out how much we've got here. NPCs, we've got our government. We got our pirate crew. We've got important citizens. First session, they join the crew. End of the first day, now you're pirates. Second day, basic encounter. They're showing what punishment looks like. Day 3, more punishment, regular day. Then, days 4 through 20, we laid a lot with this. I think they could get through most of this in one session. I would like the naval battle to be a session break. Let's put a note there. Am I abandoning the old campaign? No. I really like the world of Rue that I've made. And I would like to keep doing it. However, I don't think this is the right party for that campaign. The more and more I watch them go about it. But mostly, the important thing that I'm trying to get through is I don't know when we'll get back to that campaign. And I'd rather, if we lose Justin altogether, then I don't really care which campaign we do. But if we aren't losing him and he can't fucking keep making it, then I don't see why we might not just jump into a campaign. It's slightly a backup plan and slightly just being ready. I definitely don't think this is the right group for a survival campaign. And I'm not willing to change how I wrote out a campaign. So, session 1, pretty much, session 1 should get us through 3, 5, 6 days on the boat. Lots of chances for backstory. Still no level and no class in our first session. Then we could do welcome to what it feels like for me. If you could see the pages of notes that I've made for the regular campaign that don't even fucking matter. And they're not campaign notes. They're not like story quest notes. They're basic life notes. Like, I made a handout like a year in advance. And I swear you're the only one that made a fucking character that followed the handout. So, if that gives you an idea on this group, that's just it. Yep. My favorite part is when they think I'm being an asshole. Like they could do any fucking better. Because none of them could. I think you are honestly the only one that read it. honestly, the only thing Nick took away from it was giant gemstone in the sky, so he makes characters obsessed with it. And, like, they were clearly getting bored of bounty jobs. So the moment I take them away from their guild, they stop. Just anything. They would be happy just doing bounty jobs as long as the rewards got bigger. That is honestly how they work. If they got twice as much gold every single job, they would never do anything else. And then they would complain when they died. That's honestly how that works. The life of DMing these fucking assholes. And none of them will ever watch this VOD back, and they already know how I feel anyway. So, doesn't fucking matter what I say. They won't read it anyway. So yeah, if we can break here after the naval battle. Second session. Yeah, no, it got really fucking old. So second session, we send them on the shipwreck, capturing the enemy ship. We send them whale hunting. They hear some gossip. We send them on another treasure hunt. And then we put them on a the fourth final treasure hunt. It's another Navy battle. So in 2 sessions, we're looking at possibly 3 Navy battles. Or 2. Then we end that session. I just want that on its own page. So, session 1, session 2, session 3, in the break in between sessions, they give themselves a class. Alright. So session 3, now they actually have classes. They get to do the thing. Here comes the mutiny. Here's the town. Here's meeting people. End of the fourth session. Third session. So, I think it's the best thing. It's bothering me. Chat box. Here. Anyway. Forgot to put a chat box in the stream. So that gives us 3 sessions worth of notes. It gives us so here's the thing, the insight that you and Hunter have that the rest of them don't. And Keith, if he checks the Discord and finds this document that I've been putting on the Discord. You guys can clearly make characters leaning towards which way you want to go with the overall campaign. The party will only have the knowledge that they're pirates. Whatever's in their backstory is in their backstory. But when they go to make their actual character, like their class choice, all they've been at this whole point is just pirates. You know, they'll have learned that there's a pirate council. They'll have learned, you know, what kind of fighting style they really like on the ship. But all they'll know is this ship. So And then again, previously to all of this, all they'll have for 2 sessions is going to be backstories and what proficiencies that gave them. They'll have stats, proficiencies, and a backstory, but they won't have a class. So. Oh. You know, maybe somebody enjoyed the shipwrecks and the treasure hunting, so they'll make something that fits that. Then once they get on land, they'll actually have it opening up for them. So at that point, you might actually see a little branching out. Well, part of this comes down to who do I keep in the group. Like, if we do session 0 next week, which I don't even know if we will, we might run the regular campaign and just pitch this to the group without any of the back knowledge. Like, hey, are you guys interested in a campaign where you don't have a class to start and you get to be pirates? And that's the pitch they're gonna get. And if not, then it'll be like, alright, if everyone's not available for the main quest, the group that's ready for this one will play. I think everyone will still do it, but trying to figure out what else we pad this with. We need to finish out this bit. Yes, make a Moby Dick reference. Why not? Alright, so that's... Nowhere to import. Riggers will have. Let's move this gossip to the same branch here. This one. There we go. So if you play some in the group, do you have any idea who you replace them with? I have people lined up for a Saturday group because of the shipyard right now. I have one person lined up for Wednesday that I could steal from. He plays in Justin's Sunday group. I could probably get him for Wednesdays. But if he's up to it or not, it's on him. Quest. Gold weapons. Standard loot. Gold. Rum bottles. Piece of a map. This day, Scout noticed Royal Navy flags. Rapid speed. What did we name his brother? Reginald Troy. I don't like planning out that the party will actually escape. So we're going to leave that open. If they beat the Navy battle, they beat the Navy battle. If they don't, their ship sinks. They're getting captured if they're lucky. Good enough. That gives us 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. That doesn't quite give us our 20. It'd still be time in between, which is what we're going to have to do. So. Not sink the ship immediately. Cool. There's our naval battle, our third one. Covering the final piece. Captain has spent days getting it over. Ensure the location is exact. Middle ocean. Ends in the water filled with sharks. Encourage them to the fuck out. Dodge. Boom. There's the final treasure island, and we can give someone a hand cannon that they'll have to fix. So, right before the big magic event, we'll give them a little bit of Ghost Island. And we'll end the session with recovering of the treasure. I think that's a good call. What do you think? I think we're doing pretty fucking good. Also, 6 fucking pages. Jesus. We're at like 2.5 pages tonight. Surprise Hunter's not here. Where's Hunter? Fucking serious progress. Alright. I want to go back over starting. Do you think anyone, by the way, do you think anyone will choose to be a husk? When there's no, like, full drawback play-wise. That's fine. They don't need to. They're mostly just there for a story drive. What I find kind of funny is how much people have questioned me limiting races, but when Justin did it for the 7 Sins campaign, no issue at all. I had issue, but I found my way around it. Level 0, their health is their con score, not their modifier, so they can actually take more than single hit. Their AC is a 10. Because no one's going to have armor proficiencies, really. And I mean, do backstories give... Backstories don't give, like, weapon proficiencies. They give, like, skills, right? Those are spells. Yeah. Oh, there's one other thing I should mention to you, because you're not on the Facebook. I'm gonna allow multi-classing. I posted Critical Role's Handbooker Helper video about it to the group. Hopefully most of them actually read it so they can figure out how to properly multi-class. But we're going to allow multi-classing. I'm fairly confident in letting them do that. I think those of you who are competent enough can actually do it well, and those who aren't just still won't. But I think there's finally enough people that can do it well without wanting to break the game. Like, Justin will do it to break the game. But I'm not sure if this is a campaign that Justin will be in. So especially if he quits on me. I might just be, that's that. Alright. Yeah, I mean, it's the problem with multiclassing is you are never as good as you could be. Like, you'll be good in a lot of things, but you won't be great at anything. If that makes sense. Is it 165? It's 163 is when it starts in the book. I really wish this PDF section here in the bottom left of my screen actually updated with what it's supposed to. But like one thing that people keep messing up is like your channel divinities don't stack. No, you are. Okay, channel divinity stack. Extra attack doesn't stack. Your unarmored defense doesn't stack. And your spell casting's all over the fucking place. So I'm not sold on if I want to allow multiclassing. Keith will do it. And Justin will do it. I don't think anyone else will. Stormsork, yep. So, I'm guessing your fascination on the genetics part of allowing races to open up. Let's talk about that. I'm just going to take a shot at the dark and say that it's mostly because you want to make a sea elf. Just an absolute shot in the dark there. Yep, that's... I'm not against these options. I'm trying to figure out the best way to integrate it. My initial plan was to use Husk. So maybe that's something you should consider. Maybe you make an Elvish Husk. You're going to be treated like shit on the mainland. The crew will treat you mostly well. Like, pirates run the code. You're part of their crew, your family. That's that. So I think worst case scenario, make an Elvish Husk. There's not a lot of... Would have to flesh out Husk a bit more. I don't want to take personality away from you for 2 sessions. You know... So let's figure this out. Before we wrap up, let's figure this out. So our limited races to start include humans are the only ones treated well. Elves are considered beneath them, even though they have stories, living hundreds of years, etc. Dwarves are considered the bottom tier They're completely slaves. They're only just above husk. Husk are people that are born without a soul. They take direct commands from an owner. They're not paid. They're barely fed and clothed beyond whatever job they need to perform. But a human husk would be treated better than a dwarven husk, but not better than a dwarf slave. So no matter what, a dwarf with a soul is treated better than a human without one, is the boiling point of this. I mean, could be as simple, and just hear me out. Elven husk. Owners going broke. Owner's going broke. You can't keep up. Sells you off to a ship crew. Enough money to just cut and run. He's done with it. You're on the ship. Given orders day one. You're just part of the crew. You're treated better. And we don't take away. There's no reason to take away a personality. So I think it still works. It's pretty much, though, are you okay with your elf being property when this campaign starts? It gives you something to look forward to that no one else at the table is going to know for like 2 sessions. Unless they ask, well, why does this guy not complain? He just does what he's told and that's that. Why? You know, that's an idea. We can absolutely talk more face to face. But that's the idea of husk. Oh. I think it works. Yep, think on it. It's not. We got time. Like, it's a concept I'm keeping in the game anyway. So, it would be an easy way to introduce. I would like to see these notes on the genetics, though. Which kind of sound like the way a sork is made. Honestly. Ooh. I like the shadow elves, though. They can teleport. Actually, that works really well with the ranger I made, the Horizon Walker, that already teleports. Ooh. I like it. Anyway. What do you get a trident? You get proficiency with a trident. You don't get a trident. It's giving you a trident. A lot of these new elves can teleport. That's kind of weird. Well, they're super fey. Yeah, that's fair. A matter of options given how limited the race options are. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you will be on a fucking boat hunting treasure multiple times. You can find a trident, probably. I would almost be willing to just make an exception for you, than let everyone change their race 3 sessions in. Because I don't want these weirder magical races to be commonplace. So that's the like silver lining defining thing here is don't need the magic event happening and suddenly half of the party are dragonborns and tieflings. That's a good way to be shunned from every single city. Like taking a sea elf, you're going to be putting on a hood and hoping no one notices when you go into town. As long as you're aware of that, then that's fine on for me. It just falls on you if you're okay with that. I don't run a lot of race-heavy campaigns. I don't like doing it. I don't like caste systems. We're going to be doing that for this campaign. Like, the first time you guys find a Dragonborn should freak you the fuck out. So, it's kind of like why I like changing Husk. Like, just imagine some rich asshole that owns 12 people wakes up the next morning and his house is filled with monsters that are very angry at him because now they're not soulless Husk. That's the panic that we're going to put on the world 20 days into this campaign. So, that's alright, that's fair. Well, I think we covered everything that we need to. We've got 3 sessions before the magic event. 2, 3, right? Yep, 3 sessions. Magic event puts them in town. They get to figure out which path they're taking. You know, are they going through with Renovon? Are they following Felix? Either way, they have to get outside the city's walls, which means they're going to have to meet the Drider Queen and the King of the Beast, which will give them information of what the fuck's happening. And they'll learn about the Moonlight Hour. That's a 4th session, and gives me time to figure out more shit. I think we're ready to actually play this as a campaign. Once we figure out the race things. So, I think that is the best point for me to wrap this up and go the fuck to bed for work tomorrow morning. So we'll talk more Saturday. I think we'll be okay. I think this is going to be a lot easier than thought. But that's exactly what they are. Like, they're probably the one that's straight up how they work. I mean, although, really, the sub-races of dwarves don't cooperate. Sub-races of elves don't cooperate together. The sub-races for, like, gnomes don't even live near each other. So, maybe that's how all the sub-races are actually handled. Like, in the sense where I'm Cherokee and my old man was Cheyenne. Kind of thing. Maybe that's the general idea of it. Alright. I'm hitting in stream. I'll see you Saturday. Enjoy your day off. Alright, thanks for hanging out and helping me with this bullshit. Later, bud.